Okay, so let's talk about this. The first thing here is the family situation. This is significant relationships and family, okay, or at least people that we consider our family. It can be roommates, or it can be people you're living with. No matter no matter what capacity they're in, it's people that you are sharing a space with, or you consider to be your family. We have the Four of Wands, which indicates once again the family unit. This is traditionally the marriage card. And then we have the Death card. So a lot of you are in a situation where you are reassessing where you're living. You're possibly changing your place of your office, your physical office where you work. There might be some shuffling around. You might move in and out of your office, or you might move in and out of your house. On the other end of the spectrum, there might be a significant relationship, and this is a marriage type of situation that have been if they have been very, very rocky, this is pretty much when you're going to go through, it's either going to transform for the better and things can be revived, or it's just going to be left behind for good. I definitely feel because the Four of Wands came in first and then the Death card came in second, this is a situation that requires a coordinated or a concerted effort from both parties. And I feel for a while now, you have been thinking about this and you have been trying to find ways to make it work. If you're dealing with somebody who is not cooperating with you, it's really important for you to reassess and to make sure to make sure that it's worth investing any more time, sweat, and tears are the messages that I'm getting. So there has to be some major transformation, and it has to come through from both parties. Otherwise, it's not going to work, okay? The Death card is also traditionally the card of Scorpio. This deals with major, major transformations in the home unit. So these are things that you need to re-examine. If there are residual like resentment or things that are not balanced out within the home environment, they need to be addressed and they need to be fixed this month. Otherwise, it's going to be very problematic for you, for everybody involved down the line, okay? For those of you who are merely changing homes, changing offices, things are looking very, very good for you. I feel like this transformation is going to be very positive for you. You might get into a bigger space. I feel you might get into like, for example, if you've been in the basement, you might move up, to an office, corner office with a nice view. There will be a lot of, I feel like if you're moving from a house, you're going to get like, you're going to upgrade to a bigger place, and also in a place where it might be more highly elevated. So, second floor to sixth floor, for example, I feel like there's a place with a better view. There's a place with a better view. There's a bigger apartment, some bigger office, it's going to be an upgrade is what I'm trying to say. So it's going to be very positive, Scorpios. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. The other message that I'm getting here is, don't beat a dead horse. So I feel like if there are innate problems within a house situation, whatever it is you're trying to pick at, whatever it is that you're trying to fix, whatever nice gestures that you're trying to put in to either inject romance in the relationship, I feel like those are like cosmetic changes that you're making to the relationship or to the house environment. And cosmetic changes are very superficial. They don't have any long-term lasting effects. So what I mean is if you've been, constantly putting in a lot of time and energy to maintain a relationship and the other person either is, A, very self-absorbed, or B, just not the right person for you, all the amount of work in the world is not going to fix it. So I'm sensing, I feel like you picking at it, like poking at it. And it's best for you to direct your energy elsewhere, okay? Now, in terms of your financial situation, things are looking very, very good. You've got like a lot of Pentacles card, all positive. First of all, you have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles denotes to me somebody who is very, very financially well off. Not only are they able to generate wealth for themselves, they are able to offer very solid advice to other people so that they can help other people achieve financial stability and abundance as well. On the negative side, this is somebody who is very concerned about status, who is very concerned about their public image, and who is very wrapped up in basically financial stability. Now, in terms of your financial situation, you're in a position where you can give out advice to other people. Your word is as good as gold, okay? When it comes to like helping others or even managing, the practical aspects of life, getting things done in a timely manner, having good work ethics and things like that, you're really on top of the game. Okay, you're on top of the heaps, and other people are starting to realize that you're a major, major asset. So if you've been working in a company, your supervisors and employers are starting to realize that you're a major asset. You're the one that is bringing in the money for the firm. You're working very hard, very diligently, and you're a major, major asset. So they're starting to realize this. It would be a good month for you as well if you want to negotiate your salary, if you want to get a promotion, if you want to apply for a step up or, apply for a new job as well, is going to be very favorable for you. Now, in terms of the energy that you're dealing with, we have the King of Pentacles as well as the King of Cups. You're showing up as the King of Cups. It fell out reverse, but I don't read reversals, not with this deck. So what I'm sensing here is this is the person that you are, okay? This is somebody who is very nurturing, very caring, very emotionally in tune with other people. They always know their motives, and they're like a very helpful person. So I feel like it's almost a veneer that you're putting on. It's sort of like you're like this. You're the King of Cups, but you're trying to play the role of the King of Pentacles, which is not a bad thing. It basically means you're letting your feelings and you're putting all the other things aside, because your focus is more on this, how to build up your financial base, how to come across as someone who's very calculating, not in a bad way, who's very methodical, who's very calculating, and who is very deliberate in their actions so that they can achieve success. So I feel almost as if you're going to be holding your feelings very, very close to your chest this month. You're not going to show people your cards. You're not going to put your feelings, your thoughts, your ideas out there until the other party shows their cards. So that means that you're taking a more practical approach when it comes to business. And there might be as well attraction, flirtation on the business front, on the work front. And it's something to be mindful about. Now, both of these are male energies, and I'm going to do the love readings later. But what I'm sensing just intuitively is you might be dealing with an earth sign, and the earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. You might also be dealing with a water sign, another water sign, so another Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. I felt like there's somebody in your midst that you're either giving money to, so it could be, it could be like somebody that, it could be like custody, alimony, or it could be like child support, something like that. And I feel almost like there's a strings attached when it comes to that relationship. It's a weird dynamic, but what I'm feeling is, even though there might have been like a separation with that situation, you're still tied in financially. But you work really hard for your assets, for your financial windfall. And I feel like the other party is benefiting from it. So I feel like there might be that kind of imbalance in the power dynamics, okay? But on the work front, things are looking very, very good for you. I feel almost as if the people that you're hanging around with as well, there is also a lot of emphasis on material things. So you might use material things to either prop up your status, which I don't feel is a bad thing, but just keep that in check. Money is coming through in large quantities, but be rational about how you spend it and about the types of people you're attracting, because if you're like constantly, flashing money around, you could attract the wrong attention from the wrong people. But either way, Scorpios, you know who your friends are, and you have good intuition. So I'm not going to dwell on this, okay? In terms of love and romance, we do have the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So what tends to happen, and this happens a lot with clients, is whenever I do readings for people, and they talk about the times that they've made a really, really bad decision, is usually because they weren't feeling secure financially, or they weren't feeling secure with their self-confidence and their sense of self-love. When we are not financially secure, when we're not operating at our best in terms of our confidence level, that's when we make really bad decisions. And likewise, when we are very financially secure, when we're very, very happy with our lives, that's when love relationships will come in, and that's when we're able to attract people who are very good for us, okay? And I went off on a tangent because what I'm trying to say here is we do have here, in terms of love and relationships, the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is a very harmonious relationship partner that you are drawing into your environment. So this is a card about friendship. This is the card about socially dating, going out and unexpectedly finding somebody who is like a kindred spirit to you, who can finish your sentence, who understands exactly what you mean. So there is a very strong emotional, possibly even intellectual affinity with you and another person. I almost feel like a sense of sameness, same family, cultural background, same life experiences between you and the other person. And I also feel a lot of love and support is coming through. So going back to what I mentioned earlier, I feel like for a lot of you, you might be in one relationship and there's somebody else in your midst that you're interested in. And because this person is coming into your life and they're so in tune with you and they understand you, it's making you reassess what you're getting out from the other relationship. If the other relationship is very imbalanced and you haven't been made aware of it, the presence of this new person coming through is going to make you realize that, whoa, the other relationship is very unhealthy. Why didn't I see that before? So I feel like the juxtaposition between this relationship and the ones you were dealing with is very jarring. It's going to be one of those things where you can't deny it any longer. And the realization is coming through so that you can make some positive changes in your life and to, close some doors. Okay. So overall, it is very positive. Don't fear it. What I'm also getting here is, for those of you who are in marriage relationship, there's going to be harmony being restored in the home environment, okay? So it can be in the physical dwelling, or it can be reconciliation with family members. A lot of you might be moving from one house and then going back to a maternal or a paternal family home. A lot of you might be as well. I feel almost like the Ten of Pentacles is a generational wealth type of card. Is things, possessions, that we have built up over the years. It's the accumulation of wealth. And I feel like at this point you are very financially secure and you are looking for that person that you want to build a future with. At the same time, there is potential here to meet a very kindred spirit, somebody that you feel like you've known for a long time. I call this a soul connection card when I do private readings, the Two of Cups, because that's what it feels like. It's like you've just meet someone or you've just started dating them and you feel like you've known them forever. And you can see them in your future. You can see yourself building a life with them. So overall, it looks very, very good. Both of these cards together indicate a very stable, permanent type of relationship, or a relationship that has the potential to go the whole 9 yards. Okay, so it's like in it for the long haul. It has potential for that if that's what you want. So in terms of collaboration, we have some really good cards here for you guys. And it's going to be a really good month, Scorpios. And you've been through a lot within the past 3 years. So I feel like this is going to be like one of those breakthrough months for you, where you pretty much know what you're going to do. And you pretty much, you have full access, full control of your life. Okay. So group work and interactions. The Three of Pentacles basically indicates some type of collaboration, some type of learning project where all the people are chipping in their ideas so that they can work together to build something of value, to build something based on very specific like guidelines, rules, specifications, but they're all collaborating together. No one is working at cross purposes with one another. This is going to be a very other-oriented month, and you are going to have to hear other people's input, but I feel almost like you're the master builder and they're coming to you and they're consulting you so that you can give them advice on how to do something. Once again, I feel more of a financial consultation type of card with you. I don't feel you're seeking advice from other people. I feel that other people are coming to you because you have shown them that you know what you're doing. What's coming from this is that if you are in a situation where you're working with clients, you're self-employed, a lot of clients are going to be seeking you for your expertise. It helps you build up your financial foundation. It helps you get a lot of clients through word of mouth, through spreading your reputation. So it is going to be very, very, it's going to be a good opportunity for you to network, to branch out, to work with other people, because that way you can get a lot of referrals. You can get like a lot more clients through the clients that you've worked really hard to build up. Okay. So financially, it is going to be a very, very phenomenal month. Okay. So it's like through the roof. You're going to be making a lot of money. You're going to be getting a lot of clients. You're also going to be, I feel as well, when it comes to estate planning, you're consulting other people. When it comes to like wills, your own wills, health insurance, things like that, and estate planning, especially when pertaining to property, buying insurance for property, that's where you're consulting other people, but other people are coming in for you for like very succinct, practical guidance when it comes to the job that you do. So you're getting a lot of clients. Now, in terms of your advice, what I'm getting here is, I do feel, Scorpios, I know that the past 3 years, you know, you have that Saturn return and it's rough. And what it does is that it forces us to grow up. It forces us to re-examine areas in our lives that we're not content with, so that we can, number one, fix it, or number two, let it go. Okay. So I feel like, going back to what I said here, I mentioned that I feel you like poking at something, and I feel like whatever it was, it's kind of like dead and gone, and you're like poking at it because you're still upset. And that's normal. You know, it's normal to be upset and to be angry. But if you're harboring all that resentment and you're not moving on from it, it's going to eat at you. And I also feel like it's also allowing the other person to have control over you. I hope that makes sense. So, heal from it, move on. Sometimes when we tell ourselves that, oh, I don't care about that person anymore, but every time you hear their name, you start to feel something. It basically means that, you might have some unresolved feelings that you're not honest with yourself about regarding that person. So that's something for you to really look at. Like, why is it still making you so angry? Why are you still, like picking at it? Okay. And then on the other end is, and I'm saying that mainly because we have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is like a hollow victory. It's an empty victory because both sides are hurt. Both sides are destroyed. It's kind of like getting a personal gain at somebody else's expense. So in the greater scheme of things, in a cosmic way, it is an empty victory because it's sort of like, what are you achieving and at the expense of whom or what? So if you can walk away from a situation without conflict, try to do so. Okay, because it's not going to serve you well to dwell on things and to try to keep poking at things. All right, even though you might be upset, even though you might be hurt. So on the emotional front, it's going to be in your best interest to try to let situations go. You know, close the doors, close them for good, and don't let the past back in.